run the phone business, so I married it. I had something on here. I'll make sure. I'm getting up to age now when your memory and your eyes both fail you. So, but that's all right. I need to just ask everybody a question. Are you better off now than you was 2 years ago? Ask yourself that. They come pouring into my district and spent hundreds of thousands of dollars to discredit me. The GOP in Charleston, Bill Cole, Tim Armstead's leadership has proved to me as a Christian, I'm an devout Christian minister, that they are the most despicable, lying bunch of dogs that ever met in my life. And I stood on the House floor and told them that. And that's the reason they hated me so bad, because I spoke the truth. They're nothing but a pack of lying dogs. That goes from the state through the nation. They don't know nothing but lie and steal and cheat any way they can to serve their purpose. This Mr. Hanshaw that they chose and picked to run against me up here is a corporate lawyer. Nothing against lawyers, nothing against corporations, except when they're bought and paid for. He won his House seat, went back to his little office down there, took his money from his corporate backers, and voted exactly the way they told him to. Pushing the Elliott agenda, I call it the Elliott Manifesto. In case somebody don't know what it is, this came down from the national level to destroy our economy, and they are successfully doing that. First 2 years I was in office, I brought $125,000 worth of grant money into the district. Just grant money alone. Worked on water and sewer projects. Sewer project in Calhoun County, water project over in Clay and Calhoun County. And later on, I think it was after 2 years, me and Brent was active with the one here at Millstone, I believe it was. Do you know what he's done? Do you know what my opponent has done in 2 years? Mr. Commissioner? How much money has he brought in this county in 2 years he's been here? Zero. Call Calhoun County Commissioners, they'll tell you the same thing. Zero. Clay County Commissioners, ask them, how much money has he brought? The fire departments, go out into the non-profits and ask them how much money has been brought in, that he has actively worked for. None. Zero. Except for Kanawha County. He stuck to Tim Armstead, the Speaker of the House, so hard that he took and worked to get $12,500 of money that should have been directed somewhere in this district. Never worked for one dime for this district. Put $12,500 into a nonprofit in Kanawha County. What a joke. He's a joke. Not only a liar, but he's a joke. And he is nothing but a liar. He lied to us when he started his campaign. It's all about jobs. It's still his posters. I got it on my phone if you want to see it. Got a big thing up. It's all about jobs. He has not created or voted for one bill in Charleston that has created one job. There has not been a job bill out of Charleston, West Virginia in 2 years, 2 sessions. When Brent Boggs, the Democratic Party was in power down there, we was always looking for ways to create jobs. Governing Magazine, 2 years ago, West Virginia was rated 9th in the nation by Governing Magazine. You know what we're rated today in 2 years? We're tied with Alaska for dead last. That is the new leadership in Charleston. My opponent has voted at least 4 times against your 7th Amendment rights. You know there is other rights in the Constitution besides your 2nd Amendment?
I say that all the time.
He voted to set coal mine safety back 30 years. He voted for eminent domain on your private property and your royalties. I lost that word. Why? Because his corporate backers wanted it. Out-of-state interests. He's voted against schools. He's voted against anything, but not to fund infrastructure. He's voted against the funding schools. He's voted against anything and everything that they said that they were all about. That's the reason I'm telling you they're the most despicable liars on the planet is a Republican GOP leadership. I hate to talk about somebody like that, but I'll be daggone if they will come in and lie like a dog and me not call them out on them. They sent pictures of me, no doubt probably Brent, and I know Mike Penny. Arm in arm with Obama last time, you know, I had arms around him and everything. I ain't never met the man. He ain't never called me. He ain't never asked my opinion on not one thing in Washington, D.C. We need to understand something. This ain't Washington, D.C. This is Charleston, West Virginia we're talking about, and we're losing the battle. And by the way, if anybody happens to have one of them cars, I'd like to have it because everything I own got washed away into the flood in Clay County, and that was the only picture I had of me and Obama. But seriously, I got a list of things that here. I'm going to just read real quickly and I'm going to be quiet. Delegate Roger Hanshaw voted for cutting funding for public schools, cutting funding for seniors, cutting funding for children's programs, cut funding for highways, set coal mining safety back 30 years, cutting the wages of 2,200 state workers, eminent domain on property, raise the taxes of hard-working West Virginians. You know, that's the only taxes that they would allow to be raised. Now, I'm not blowing off on Brent, you know. I mean, Brent had to vote for the bill to get it out. I mean, you know, to do something to try to help. But in that vote, they cut the wages of every state worker. So they just raised the taxes on the poorest West Virginians. That is a Republican for you. It makes me mad. Reduce funding for infrastructure roads. This is the one I like the best. The House Bill 2011. All the House bills are on this too. So this is going to be in the mail. If you live in my district, you'll be getting it. And you go to the computer and check because I am not a liar. When I put something down in print, it's the truth. They print lies. You got to get out of jail free to the employer that intentionally harmed you while you're at work. That was the only bill that he passed and got pushed. That was his. That's the first thing he done when he got there 2 years ago. Reduce funding for school major improvement funding. It's a race to the bottom, people. And if we don't do it, I'm going to tell you, electing Jim Justice, the governor of West Virginia, will be a great thing. Electing Mike Moneypenny will be a good thing. Re-electing Brent Boggs will be a good thing. But I want you to know, Mary will be a good thing. I'm going to tell you why. Because Jim Justice will have a little help. Because if we send Jim Justice down there and condition this place is in down there, he's just going to be another one that don't get nothing done. We have to turn the Senate and we have to turn the House. We have to tell our neighbors, give them a ride, do whatever you got to do, but we got to turn it back over and get it back in the proper way. They accused us for 80 years. For 80 years, the Democrats in the state of West Virginia led West Virginia forward. And in 2 years, they led it straight to the bottom. And all their crony PACs and bought for and paid for people that work for them. We got to change around. Thank you.